WrestleMania 40 is around the corner, and to say that I'm excited is a understatement. Now, this WrestleMania is packed with a bunch of bangers. Today, I'm gonna do my predictions and see how correct I get all the winners and potential surprises and all that stuff for WrestleMania. So for the first match that we're gonna predict is Bayley versus Iyo Sky. I believe that this is one of the best stories that they have done for the woman in a very, very long time. I feel like the winner for this is going to be Bayley, and I feel like this is an easy one to guess because Bayley has just been carrying. She has been carrying this damage control group ever since they started. It just doesn't feel the same without her. Every time they have, Bayley out of the scene, I don't know, Dakota and Iyo just never seem to step up, and they never got their shine. But later on, as they got their feet wet, we see how great of a wrestler Iyo is. Love Iyo. She's one of my favorite wrestlers, women wrestlers on the roster right now. To see how much growth that they had as a group, even though they kind of were very lackluster the first 2 years that they've been in this industry. The fact that they picked up things after showing that, they don't really mess with Bayley that much, that's when the intrigue started coming in. So I believe Bayley is going to be the winner because it's just like a perfect story. Bayley winning a championship at the grandest stage of them all. She's one of my favorite wrestlers. And I just feel like it should be her crowning moment. And honestly, I feel like damage control shouldn't be a thing after this WrestleMania, because after you kick out Bayley, which is one of your main mouthpieces, who's gonna build intrigue for this group afterwards? Like, what is gonna happen after Bayley wins? That's the only thing I'm concerned about with this damage control group, because nobody on that group except Dakota Kai could talk on the mic. Nobody could really could stand within their own in this group. So the backstage segments are not really gonna do it, as we've seen with Shinsuke Nakamura. It's great, don't get me wrong, it's great. There's great visuals, great representation for the character, but you need to have them same mic skills in a live audience. I don't know, we'll see, but I'm just excited for another Bayley run. Hopefully it's gonna be great. The next match that I'm going to predict is Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee versus Santos and Dominic Mysterio. So they made this last Friday, which was yesterday. It's Saturday right now. I feel like this match is going to tear the house down. I originally wanted Rey Mysterio versus Santos as a standalone match. I thought that was the direction that they were going to go for, because this entire time it was like building up for a Rey Mysterio return. But it all just took a turn as soon as Dominic interrupted last week's Friday. Dominic interrupted Rey Mysterio and Santos match. And I was just like wondering, what? Are we gonna do a Rey Mysterio versus Dominic storyline again? I think this is a way to bring more eyes to Dragon Lee and Santos, because this is really luchador magic in this ring. When they show off, it's really gonna show off the masterpiece that these people could put together. So I believe that Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee are gonna take the W, because I don't know, I actually don't know. That's one that I don't know who's gonna win. The next match I'm gonna be talking about is Rhea versus Becky. Now, this match I have been looking forward to since last year when World Heavyweight Championship, and then Becky Lynch coming into the play, and they never had that real interaction other than face-offs and smiling at each other and stuff, like letting their presence known. So I believe that Rhea is gonna take this W, and I'm gonna tell you why. I feel like in order to build Rhea as this megastar that she already is and take her to a whole nother level, she already beat everybody else on the roster. So I feel like Becky beating Rhea wouldn't really set what will we do after a Becky world title reign? We already had that before. Don't get me wrong, Becky Lynch is amazing, but if you want to set Ripley to the next level, the generational type of level, you make her beat Becky Lynch and become that main event caliber that we know that she could become. We haven't had a star caliber match with Rhea Ripley in so long that this is fresh. This is fresh because she hasn't faced Becky Lynch yet. So I feel like Rhea Ripley is gonna have a phenomenal moment if she wins at WrestleMania, retains her championship against one of the greatest of all time, Becky Lynch. So I think Rhea Ripley's taking that W. For my next match that I'm gonna predict is AJ Styles versus LA Knight. Yeah. So I believe that, damn, this one is a hard one. This is a hard one to predict, because this could go either way. AJ Styles low-key needs this one because he hasn't got a big major win against one of the major top stars in a while. But LA Knight needs this W as well, because LA Knight hasn't really had his moments yet. And I believe this is LA Knight's first WrestleMania. AJ Styles, I feel like if he loses, it doesn't really affect his stock because he's a legend in this business. LA Knight is not a legend in this business. I thought the match that was gonna happen was LA Knight versus Logan Paul for the United States Championship. But that didn't end up happening. Match between LA Knight and AJ Styles, I didn't have no interest for it 2 months ago. But the fact that they built it up to the point that they have with the invasions of houses, the whole chair angle, this has been a personal feud if you ask me. And I believe LA Knight's gonna take this W. I don't know, I'm not too confident about that, but I'm gonna go with my guts and I'm gonna say LA Knight's gonna take this W. The next match that we have on our hands is the 8-pack tag team ladder match. So wow, this match is like the showcase match that they had last year, but instead this is gonna have even more stakes and it's gonna have the tag team championships on the line. The only thing with this is that this could go, I feel like it's gonna have a wrong winner because the way that they been building up this up for like 2 months now, Awesome Truth has had the most shine out of all these other tag teams that are in this match. And I think Awesome Truth is gonna eventually take this W. I think everybody else in the match is great. They will be great tag team champions, but Awesome Truth has had the best build so far. I hate saying this, but Awesome Truth, I think it's just their time. I think it's their moment to have this championship. I think the place will go wild. You know, people love Awesome Truth. I don't know why. I don't find anything interesting in them wrestling wise. Entertainment wise, I think R-Truth is the only reason why Awesome Truth even gets anything, because The Miz, I'm sorry, The Miz in 2024, get a grip. He's not it. He's not the person he was in 2012, 2011. Like, it's not the same Miz. Like, Miz is not entertaining TV to me no more. He's just corny. Like, I don't know. R-Truth is entertainment. Like, he is peak entertainment, but not in the wrestling ring. Like, I don't want to see Awesome Truth get handed that title, but it's whatever. That's just how the story has been going, and that's just how the cookie crumbles. So I hope they split the tag titles, because there's enough tag teams. There's a lot of tag teams that are not getting the shine that they deserve. Tag team wrestling is so beautiful that it's kind of criminal having the tag team championships on a team that is not a tag team. So yeah, I think that Awesome Truth is getting that W. For the next match, we have the triple threat between Kevin Owens, Logan Paul, and Randy Orton. So I believe that Logan Paul is going to defend his championship, because I just don't see Randy Orton doing anything with the United States Championship. It doesn't really like concern him at this point. I think it's very cool having a main event caliber person like him in a match like that for a mid-card title, but I don't think Randy Orton will elevate that title any more than Logan Paul has. I don't know, Randy Orton with a United States Championship just doesn't feed families. It doesn't do anything for me. Kevin Owens, on the other hand, Kevin Owens will be a great United States champion, don't get me wrong, but it's just not there yet. It's not there yet. I think Logan Paul defending will not only solidify him as a good champion, but like somebody who could defend against legends in this business like Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. So I think Logan Paul takes his W. I really like Logan Paul. I didn't believe in him 3 years ago, but when he started showing out and popping out and doing these matches, like, he's the best celebrity wrestler of all time, easily. He takes the cake, the icing on the cake. So I think Logan Paul defends his championship. For the next match, I got Gunther versus Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship. I believe that Gunther is going to defend, and the reason why I believe this is because I don't think Gunther loses clean the Intercontinental Championship. This is my pitch for the way he loses the championship. I believe that Gunther losing this championship will do more harm than it will do good. I don't think anybody's qualified to beat Gunther, honestly. I think Gunther will I feel like Gunther will squash Seth Rollins. Like, obviously that would not happen, but I think Seth Rollins is a beatable champion. But when you look at Gunther, you do not look at him as a beatable champion. You look at him as an undefeated, like, you cannot touch this guy. This guy's a monster. So I believe somebody like Ilja Dragunov will be a great person to take that championship away from him. But Ilja Dragunov is obviously on NXT, and he's the main champion over there. He's the NXT champion. So I don't believe anybody has a chance at defeating Gunther. I feel like they're gonna tear the house down. Gunther versus Sami is gonna tear that. It's gonna feed families for generations. But that doesn't mean that Sami should win. I feel like Gunther relinquishes that championship before he even takes an L. I think he relinquishes that championship and goes after the world title, or he could stay with that championship, challenge for the main title, have both of them, then relinquish the Intercontinental Championship after winning the World Heavyweight Championship. But I don't know. I feel like Gunther should remain undefeated. I don't think you touch that streak yet. So yeah, I believe Gunther takes his W. The next match that I'm gonna predict is Damage Control versus Jade Cargill, Naomi, and Bianca Belair. I believe this match is going to be great. I believe it's going to be a showcase match for Jade Cargill because Jade Cargill looks like a monster. They're setting her up to be this superstar, this major like representation for the black community. Man, it's going to be great. So I think that I feel like Bianca, Jade, and Naomi are going to take this W. And the reason why I think that is because first off, it's Jade's first WrestleMania. Bianca's undefeated at WrestleMania so far. And I don't think Naomi is taking her first L back after returning to WWE at WrestleMania. I feel like Damage Control takes his L, and I feel like this is where Damage Control, this is why I don't think Damage Control is gonna last, because after taking back-to-back WLs like this, it's just not gonna look good for them. And it's like, why keep the team together if all they do is lose? So I think Jade, Naomi, Bianca are gonna take this W. And yeah, there's not much more to say about this match. It was just a random put together match last second, just for like the showcase of putting, you know, one of your biggest stars who hasn't had a match in WWE yet, which is Jade Cargill. So, and you know, you cannot leave Bianca out of a WrestleMania. Like, let's be real. So I think that they're gonna take this W over Damage Control. The next match that I have here is Jey versus Jimmy. Man, this match is going to blow the roof off the place. Everybody on Twitter is worried about Jimmy not being able to put on great matches like Jey, but Jimmy hasn't really had the opportunity to do so. And I know that Jey is gonna make sure that he has the best match he could possibly put on with his brother. And I believe that Jey is gonna come out with this W because there's no way Jimmy's winning. What does Jimmy do after this that like benefits him winning? Like, what's the benefits of Jimmy winning? There's literally no benefits of Jimmy winning, just like making him seem, you know, solidified. But he hasn't won against anybody he's faced before, so beating Jey would just like, it would just like diminish Jey's character. This main event Jey, but you're getting beat in like the mid card of WrestleMania. Like, it's just it wouldn't make sense. I feel like this match would have benefited off of a match type like a Hell in a Cell or an Extreme Rules, no holds bar, street fight, anything. But I know that they're gonna tell a great story in this because this is a lot of story to tell, a lot of hatred between these two. Well, not hatred, I feel like it's more, it's hatred because Jimmy has screwed over. He's definitely a candidate for player hater of the year. But yeah, I think that Jey takes this W. The next match is Seth versus Drew, and I'm gonna say this right now, I don't think either of these people are going to leave this damn WrestleMania with a championship around their waist. I feel like Damian Priest is going to be the winner of this match. And the reason why is because obviously Money in the Bank, he has the briefcase. I think he's cashing in. Drew McIntyre has been doing the best work of his careers up to this point. And he's honestly one of the best heels in the business next to The Rock. And he's just amazing on the mic so far. He's literally head to head going toe to toe with CM Punk. Like, that says a lot. Not a lot of people are able to go toe to toe with CM Punk unless the likes of like John Cena. Not even The Rock could have gone against one-on-one against CM Punk and not look like a fool. Drew McIntyre could hold his own on the microphone. And I believe we reward him with that championship win. He's going to beat Seth Rollins, but Damian Priest is going to come in at the end and he's going to cash in. And I think that's where Judgment Day is going to crumble, because I don't think anybody from Judgment Day is going to know that Damian Priest is going to cash in. It's going to be one of those things where not only do they surprise the fans, but he also surprises Judgment Day because they're not going to know. And I think that's going to be like play into Monday Night Raw. Like, they're going to be like, oh, what happened? Like, why did you go out there? Blah, blah. I don't think Damian Priest's world title run is going to be long because I don't think he's going to draw. But I think it's definitely going to be a huge WrestleMania moment. No matter how much Twitter hates the idea of Damian Priest taking Drew McIntyre's shine, the fact that Damian Priest has had this Money in the Bank title, the Money in the Bank briefcase, has had many opportunities to cash this in, and he hasn't yet, and made, you know, Money in the Bank look like a fucking fool. I think this is his moment to, you know, finally not look like a dumbass and, you know, put pen to paper and finally win that championship when the champion is vulnerable. So yeah, I think Damian Priest wins this match. So we got the last two matches, and it is the main events of both WrestleMania. So we're gonna start with night one, the tag team match, The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins and Cody. And I think I think that whole world knows that The Rock and Roman Reigns are gonna win this, and the reason why is because bloodline rules, baby. I feel like Roman versus Cody, as I've explained this in my last video, the build is not good enough. It was never good enough because they just didn't. It doesn't feel like Roman Reigns is putting any type of energy into building this. The Rock versus Cody sounds like a more intriguing main event than Roman versus Cody. It just seems better. So I feel like The Rock adding bloodline rules, the stipulation that if they win, anything goes in the main event, that just makes the main event seem so much better, so much more juice. And you already know it's gonna be an overbooked mess. So I think The Rock and Roman Reigns are gonna win this tag team match, and it's gonna be a brutal match. It's gonna be a brutal match. I think Cody Rhodes is gonna be bleeding. I don't know if Seth Rollins is gonna be bleeding, but I know Cody Rhodes is definitely gonna be bleeding at WrestleMania. So yeah, I think they're gonna lose. I think Seth Rollins is taking the pin, and then we're gonna have Roman Reigns and Cody, and it's gonna be a whole lot of shenanigans happening over there. So I think that in order to get the bloodline rules, obviously The Rock and Roman have to win. So I think they're gonna win that match. And that's gonna follow up to the next match, which is the main event of night 2, which is The Rock and Cody. Roman Reigns and Cody. I wish it was The Rock and Cody. Anywho, I feel like Cody Rhodes wins this because there's gonna be a lot of things that goes on. Like I said earlier, overbooked mess. I think it's gonna be way more overbooked than last year was. Last year, the ending was so overbooked to the T. There was so many things going on. We thought Cody Rhodes was gonna win, and then Solo Sikoa comes in, hits him with a spike, and that's it. All of our dreams are ruined. I feel like this is gonna be 10 times worse. There's gonna be a lot more things going on. I feel like there's gonna be John Cena. I think there's gonna be a Stone Cold. There's gonna be a Seth Rollins. There's gonna be a Jey Uso. There's gonna be so many people coming out to help Cody Rhodes finally secure that W. And if they still go with Roman Reigns winning, that's gonna be a huge mistake, and I promise you that will be the worst mistake they ever make, because we're tired of Roman Reigns. The title reign is garbage, is boring now. We need some fresh face holding that title belt and finally having feuds and actually doing something with that championship. So yeah, I think Cody Rhodes wins because there's just no way Roman Reigns leaves. I don't care about the Hulk Hogan record, the whoever record. No, put that in the past. That's the past. We are in the future. It's been 3 years. We're tired. That's it. It's garbage. That reign is done. I think Cody wins, and we finally get rid of that Roman reign. But yeah, so those are my predictions for WrestleMania 40. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe, hit your boy with a follow on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, Slam Central. Follow me on TikTok, Slam Central. Follow me on Instagram. All of the links are gonna be in the bio. So, yeah, help your boy out, support him. I'm trying to be a great WWE creator for all of y'all that's watching right now. And yeah, that's my predictions. I hope all my predictions are gonna be valid. I'm just going based off of the builds and how I feel things are gonna go, what I think is more logical. And yeah, we're gonna make a video after WrestleMania seeing how many predictions I got correct, how many winners I got correct, and they're gonna see how accurate I was. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm gonna see you guys when I see you guys. Get out of here.